Welcome back, everyone. This is Thomas Triple T Tie with another new bullish crypto analysis. Before we dig in and take a look at the crypto, Bitcoin, and equities market or markets, remember this is for edutainment only and not to be considered as financial advice. Additionally, when you feel value has been added, feel free to smash the like, ring my bell, hit subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. It really helps the YouTube algorithm and also helps spread the analysis out to other people, especially newbies. All right, let's dig into the news, and then we'll go through the charts and take a look at the markets. In the news, you may know by now, I also mentioned on Twitter, Netflix came out yesterday. They tanked about 25% or so. And then today, they tanked further, 35%. And they wiped out more than 50 billion, that's with a B, $50 billion off of their market cap. That's a lot. That's more than most companies are worth. Let's see here. 9 Wall Street firms downgraded their stock on disappointing report, and the report mainly centered around loss of subscriber. And I don't think that's going to stop anytime soon as far as subscriber losses. I think it was like, was it 200,000? I think it was 200,000 in subscriber losses. But that's not, that just isn't it. It just, so when they tanked, they also pulled other streaming services down with them. Like, let's see, Disney closed down 5.5%. Roku, they closed down 6%, more than 6%. Paramount down 8.6%. Warner Brother Discovery, they slipped about 6% on the day as well. So they're thinking about, eliminating password sharing and also exploring ad-supported programs. So that'll be interesting. The thing about Netflix is they had the first move advantage, and now their competitors caught up with them, but they're kind of destroying each other. The thing that Netflix doesn't have a lot of is original content. Like Disney Plus, when they started, they already have a lot of content or content that they were negotiating to buy, and that has an impact on Netflix. There's nothing about Netflix that cannot be recreated with existing technology. So they don't have that unique advantage. And I think they're going to continue to tank. IMF, the International Monetary Fund, warns of further market sell-off as the central banks adjust their policy. Nothing new here, but it's good to get different perspectives from key department or key analysis. Their rationale behind more sell-off is because of the unprovoked invasion of Ukraine by Russia, and that caused an increase in already high inflation, and also further put strains on supply chain and commodities. And then the monetary tightening by the Fed will, while they try to keep inflation from rising and get a hold of it, control it, that's going to have an impact on the economy is what they're saying. The monetary tightening could accelerate inflation if inflation remains high, and their monetary tightening policies could cause a potential recession as well. So just stuff that we got to keep in mind on a day-to-day basis as we invest. The U.S. lobs fresh round of sanctions against Bitcoin miner and others helping Russia evade penalties, according to CNBC. The U.S. Treasury Department announced Wednesday that it expanded its wide raft of sanctions, including businesses and individuals that are helping Russia evade penalties. Of particular interest to me and our crypto community is this mining company called BitRiver. So they sanctioned them. Russia tests nuclear-capable missile that Putin calls best in the world. Putin, he must have some like secret, often frequent dialogues with North Korea or something. They're starting to sound a lot alike. I don't know why Putin insists on flex. I wonder what inadequacies or like or what is it about him that he's always trying to try to flex and make up for. Just don't know. Putin, and then they call this missile, what is it? It said it is what was it? I can't remember what he said. Let me see if I can find it. Hang on. I found it. Here we go. Oh gosh. The Russian official said that this truly unique weapon will strengthen the combat potential of our armed forces, reliably ensure Russia's security from external threats. No one's threatening you. You're the one threatening other people, Russia. And provide food for thought for those who, in the heat of frenzy, aggressive rhetoric, try to threaten our country. Again, no one's threatening. The world is just responding to your evil actions, Russia. When I was reading this article, this is from Reuters. It just made me think about, how strange our world is. It's just now we have, instead of working together as nations to combat hunger and to combat evilness and all that stuff, we have things like this, more evil in the world. Anyways, side thought. Let's get back to the program here. Okay. I've been talking about China for quite some time now, and I'll continue to talk about it because I think China is a big risk to the financial market and crypto as well. So, in this article by Reuters also, wealth shock property burst in small Chinese city rattles households. What this article is talking about is that new home prices in lower tier cities down for 7 months. So their real estate market is tanking. Households in smaller cities hit by falling home values. Okay, inventory in the lower tier cities swell as demand stay poor. So they have all this development and not a lot of people buying. So guess what? Potential real estate bubble could be coming crashing. And if China economy or any sector in their or any major sector in their economy crashes, it's going to impact the rest of the world economy. So keep an eye on that. Shanghai allows 4 million out of homes as virus rules ease. Just a reminder, their city is about 25 million people. So they allow 4 million out of homes just to get a break from the lockdowns, which is progress. So far, they've in the past days, they've allowed almost 12 million people in the city of 25 to go outdoors in the first round of easing their rules. So progress there. I'm going to skip this article. Oh, I'm not sure about your area, but there are certain areas in the U.S. that's reporting significant COVID infection rates. For example, in Milwaukee, their school district removed the mask mandate, and within a matter of days, their new cases doubled. And so they reinstated the mask mandate. So their mask and COVID and all that stuff. It's very polarizing. So that's not what this is about. I'm about investments and the market. So it's important to keep an eye on this, because if people get sick, people get hospitalized, more people are out of work, and you have parents having to stay home, take care of the kids, etc. Like we faced during the pandemic, or some of us are still facing that now. It has an impact on the economy. It has an impact on many parts of our economy. So keep an eye out for this. We're not over COVID yet. So the Governor DeSantis, he is up for a re-election this year, and he's getting. Governor DeSantis. Let's get back to him first. He encouraged the Senate to pass a bill, and they are passing it, to strip Disney of the special district where Disney get to govern their own land. They get to pretty much govern their own property. So the Senate passed, and it looks like it's going to start being implemented. And this is a 55-year-old special district rule that the Disney has enjoyed. So I think it's when does it go into effect? I think it's June. Yeah, June 1st. And this is because Disney rejected the governor's mandate to about don't say gay. So again, very controversial topic, and that's not what this is about. But Disney is one of the larger employers in Florida, and so what changes to them could impact the economy and also the economy in Florida. And in response to that, Gavin Newsom, he said that this is what business-friendly means. We protect free speech in California. We help our businesses grow, thrive, and invent the future. Punishing businesses for speaking out against hatred is the move of an authoritarian regime. He's got a point. At the same time, Governor Gavin Newsom, you should try to retain some businesses in your state as more and more have left for Texas in the last decade. Okay. Last but not least, speaking of Texas, just go back to DeSantis. He's up for re-election, so he's getting all this publicity, and he's hitting his core supporters with this "don't say gay" thing. So, anyways, going to Texas, Governor Greg Abbott, he recently ordered border inspections. That really is more political theater than anything, because what they had inspected really didn't do much for inspecting for drugs or inspecting for illegal immigrants, and none of that stuff. They basically checked to see if the tires and certain things were in order. So it did nothing, really nothing, for the state. However, it did slow down and cost the economy a lot of money. So if you see the price of bananas, avocados, and all those things going up in price, and this is on top of already high inflation, that's because of this. So deliveries through the borders, it was halted. And so as an example, there's a bridge in Texas that lost over $1 billion per week during the governor's slowdown inspection. And this is the Far Reynosa International Bridge, and that bridge is a main cross section for trade. These politicians, goodness gracious! I know they're up for re-election and all that stuff, but yikes! All right, let's dive into something better. Well, actually not. Crypto is better in general than politicians for sure, but the market's not looking too good today for crypto. We got Bitcoin 41.2K here. Dominance 41.12. That's strange. They all look kind of similar. Luna's in the green. We got very few in the green. Ape is in the green. Oh gosh, Ape. I shorted that coin, by the way. And Ethereum is roughly 3K. Dominance 19.38. Yeah, pretty red day for the market. Bummer, but I'll tell you why in a few minutes. Let's look at the crypto market. We're at $1.91 trillion for the whole market, and then for the crypto market, and that's down 0.55%. But we're still above 1.9, so that's good. We were in the 1.8 before, so hey. But what's interesting about this is if you look at the market caps here, let's just look at the 24-hour market caps. Tether is up slightly. USD coins up slightly. Solana's up slightly. Terra Luna is up more than all the ones I've read so far. In fact, in the top 16, Terra Luna is the one with the largest increase in market cap. So let's slide over and take a look at the total market cap. Total market cap for Terra Luna, $33.5 billion. Okay, 33.5. So Solana, 35.3. Catching up to Solana. You see that? So they're within less than 2 billion. It was more than 2 billion when I last talked about this, but yeah, closing in there. It's a matter of maybe weeks before they take Luna takes over the number 7 spot there from Solana. Both are awesome quality cryptos to invest in, but some may disagree, and that's okay. Let's take a look at the U.S. stock market heat map here. Technology, it's mixed. We got some high-tech companies here down pretty hard. Nvidia down negative 3.23. We got AMD down 3. Software application is down pretty bad. Excuse me, today. But yeah, other semiconductor and communications like Cisco, ASML, and they're in the bright green here. So that sector is looking good. Let's go over to communication services. Pretty bright red. Facebook. I just don't know why. I'm not into Facebook at all. Just not. And whenever they're red, I'm happy. I'm sorry for the investors, but I'm just not liking Facebook. Google down 1.75. This whole sector here is pretty red. Consumer cyclical. The internet retail, it's bright red. Baba down 4.37. Amazon down 2.6. Tesla down as a auto manufacturer. They're down 4.96. I think they reported earnings today. Over here in consumer defensive, kind of medium green here, not too bad. Procter & Gamble up 2.66, Walmart up 1.26, looking better than the rest here. Financials, as far as bank diversified, like regional banks and stuff, this whole sector is pretty green, not too bright, but decent green. We got this sector here, asset management, capital market, and insurance. Pretty decent greens down here too. Healthcare, the drug manufacturers, pretty muted. Mixed. Diagnostic research is up pretty, and also healthcare plans, they're up pretty bright green. Medical devices also bright. Medical insurance also bright green. Yeah, it's pretty much green and muted down here. In industrial, real estate, and energy, utilities, and basic material is mixed down here. So it's a mixed bag. I would say technology is heavily red, and other things are financials and real estate and other stuff are pretty decently green. So it's pretty mixed. Let's dive in and take a look at the charts here on TradingView, 30-minute time frame, 7-day rolling period here. Let's go to the watch list first. We see that Nasdaq index down negative 1.49, SPX S&P 500 index down 0.06, and then we have the Dow Industrial Average up 0.71, and that's where you saw the greens on the other in the other heat map. Volatility index is down 4.91%, just above 20 at 20.32. The Dixie is down 0.67% at 131. U.S. 10-year yield, it's pretty much flat, 2.83. You can see tech here, Apple, Tesla, Netflix, all down. Netflix negative 35.12%. Ouch. Oil, it's down 1.26% at 102.4. And gold is up 0.35% at 1,956. Silver is up, is slightly up also. Let's take a look at the euro and the dollar. Euro stronger than the dollar, and that's up 0.02%. The pound is down against the dollar, and that's down negative 0.12%. And the dollar versus the yen, dollar is it's kind of flat. It shows red here, but it's pretty much flat. But like it's like 0.00 or something, but it's pretty flat there. So overall, I think it's mixed here, but we'll see over here. We'll see what happens as a basket. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin and see what it did. You see here, most of yesterday, it kind of crapped sideways and then popped towards the end of the day. And this is U.S. Pacific Standard Time. Popped and then it dropped. Popped up to around 42.1 something. And then dropped just starting before the market opened. And pretty much it has been choppy. It dropped to a low of roughly around 41. Yeah, 41K, just below 41 at 40.9 or 40.8. Okay. So let's take a look at the here's the Nasdaq index. You can see that from yesterday, it's dropping down, and then let's take a look at the positive correlation with Bitcoin. Bitcoin dropped here, this thing dropped here, but Bitcoin recovered, but Nasdaq didn't. So somewhat positive correlation, but not a lot. SPX here, S&P 500, it's better it's trending up in the last two sessions here. But on today, it dropped. It opened higher and then dropped. And then the DJI, again, 2-day rise here, and then pretty much opened high and it's choppy. But the next one is pretty interesting here. Yesterday I mentioned keep an eye on Dixie. Dixie was rising as Bitcoin was rising, and I said something's got to give. So, and then as Bitcoin towards the end of the day yesterday kept rising here, or started rising, Dixie dropped. So negative correlation there held. So that's okay. And then market open today, Dixie continued to drop and then went sideways. And then Bitcoin also dropped and then went up. So for today, the negative correlation didn't hold. But yesterday, for the most part, it held. For the U.S. 10-year yield, it's also dropping similar to the pattern or trend of the Dixie here. Yesterday, it went to a high at roughly around, I can't see because this thing's blocking it. It went up to a high and then it dropped ever since. Okay, so summary for the U.S. market. It's mixed, like we saw on the heat map. So 2-day period, it's rising, but 1-day period, it's dropping. 7-day period, it's on the mix. It's mixed. SPX and DJI is on the higher range in the 7-day period, but Nasdaq is towards the middle of the range for the 7-day period. Let's go over to Europe. UK 100. In their last 2 days, it's slight trend up here, and it's a lot of choppiness, but choppy trending up. You get the DAX from Germany, 2-day trend up, 7-day trend on the higher range. For the UK 100, it's also near the high range of a 7-day. The CAC 40 from France, it's like last two period here, it's trending up. 7-day period is on the upper range of its upper portion of its range. Same thing with stock 600, trending up in the last two period. 7-day range is on the upper end. So overall, looking pretty, pretty healthy recovery in Europe. Over here in Australia, right here, STW, they've been trending up in the 7-day, but then in their current session, last session here, they open high and then drop slightly. The Nikkei 225, 2-day trend up, last session slightly down and a little bit choppy here. You got KOSPI, 7-day is on the upper range, but pretty much crabbing sideways. And then last trading period, open low, but then rose a little bit. HSI from the Hang Seng from Hong Kong, 7-day period, it's a downtrend. And the last two sessions is crabbing sideways on the low end. The CSI 300, this is from Shanghai, China. 7-day period is on the lower end of the 7-day range, and last three period is on a downtrend. So both HSI and CSI down, while Australia's Japan and South Korea is somewhat on the upper trend of the 7-day period. So it's a mixed bag, but overall it looks a little bit better on a 2-day period. There's slight recovery on a 2-day period, minus China and Hong Kong here. So it's looking a little positive here, especially with but we'll keep an eye out on the equities market because it does connect to crypto. So that's it. I appreciate your time, and feel free to smash the like, ring my bell, hit subscribe, and to help out the YouTube algorithms, and also to share your thoughts in the comment section or on Twitter, and share with your friends and family. I'll see you in the next video for about Bitcoin's daily analysis coming up. Peace.